Happy Monday the 13th. Cheers. I've got some green tea in here, of course. I hope everybody's doing great today. If you're new here, please subscribe, like, follow, leave a comment, all that good stuff. I wanted to do another stripper vlog for you guys, so that's what we're doing today. If you're into that kind of content, please stick around, and I have some interesting things to discuss today. Thank you guys to my new subscribers, all the Instagram messages and comments and followers. I really appreciate all of you. So today what I wanted to talk about was some things that have kind of been like, I've been debating whether or not to do this vlog. But I was like, why not go ahead and put it out there? Today we're going to be talking about stalkers, boyfriends, relationships, and the reality of stripping. So if that's something you want to see, please keep watching and hang out with me until the end, and let me know in the comments down below if you are a dancer, baby dancer, veteran, if you're interested in becoming a dancer. If so, why? Let's kind of backtrack with my story here, because I don't think I've done this video yet. So get yourself some coffee, water, hell, a beer, whatever you're into, and let's get to right into the video, okay? We are here in my lovely home in Atlanta, Georgia, and I figured why not go ahead and do a vlog. So I am a plus size dancer in Atlanta. I've been doing this for a little over 8 years now, and currently I am on hiatus, and we'll go into that later on in this video. So with dancing, let's get into that. I think that it is more glamorized than it should be, for my personal opinion, because to me it's a job nonetheless. I also think that there's a lot that people don't, not all of the pros and cons are like put into the internet, and maybe everybody doesn't want that, and hey, that's okay. But these are my opinions and what's worked for me and what hasn't worked for me. So for my opinion, everybody needs to have a reason as to why they're going into dancing. Me personally, my story was a little bit different than most. When I was in my mid-20s, I ended up separating from my first husband, and pretty much it was a survival mode, per se. I was left with basically nothing, and I had to rebuild my life from scratch. And I'm at the point now in my life where I've done that. I've gotten back everything I lost and then some. I have a wonderful home. I have 2 cars. I've done all right for myself. And so that's kind of where I'm at as far as me being on hiatus. I'm kind of at a point where, like, I'm not sure if I want to continue dancing or not. Like, I feel like I've kind of gotten all I'm going to get out of dancing. Like, I've went in with a mission and I completed it, and then some. So I'm kind of looking forward to the next chapter of my life. What that is right now, I'm working on that, so bear with me. But I think that you should have a reason and an objective for going into dancing, number one. Like, if you're put in a situation like I was, and you don't kind of have a choice, and that's your only way to survive at the moment, go get your bag, baby. But if you're just doing it for the novelty of it, whatever works for you. Whatever makes you happy. I'm not trying to discourage anybody from getting a bag. That's not what I'm about. I've never been about that. But baby, there's so much, like, that goes into it, that's like, I guess you want to say, behind the scenes. You have to got to know how to cut people off, including yourself. You've got to be very tough and thick in your own skin. I'm very spiritual, and I believe in God and things like that. Believe it or not, I do. Um, that's why I wear my crystals for protection and things like that. Because, man, baby, it can be a very, very evil place to be sometimes. I'll leave it at that. Because not only do you have to look out for yourself, number one, always number one, look out for yourself. You got to look out for the people you work with, because anything can happen just like that. And you've got to look out for your customers. You got to make sure you can take care of them best that you can, as far as like giving them good customer service, because after all, it is customer service industry. You also have to, like, how do I say it right? Like, you have to know game. You got to have game. Like, you have to know how to talk to these guys in order to get paid. It's not like you can just go in there and they hand you money. Okay, sometimes you get lucky. You really do. And that's when the job is easy. But baby, listen to me. When I was a baby dancer and I saw a potential client, I would sit with him for like an hour and make nothing. I kid you not. And then I was like, Diana, what are we doing? Like, no, that's not, no. Because you're not a babysitter. So now, like, if I go in a club, I know within like the first 10 minutes if I'm going to be able to get a dance or something for my time. And if not, next. And also with dancing, you got to know how to not take things to heart. Because nothing is personal unless it's like maybe from management. And I think I said this before in another vlog. Um, you got to know how to be like a bitch in a way. You just gotta like really ground yourself, if that makes sense. Like, stay woke, you know? I think that's the term they use these days. Stay woke for sure. Um, because at the end of the day, it's about going in, getting a bag, and getting the F out. No joke. You don't want to get caught up in drama and none of that. So yeah, that's like my thought on dancing. If you're going in for a purpose, like if you want to like put yourself through school of some sort, or to buy somewhere to live or a car or something like that, or even if that's just your day-to-day to survive, that's great, because you're taking care of you and you're not ashamed of how you get it. And that's another thing too, you got to remember, you will be judged as a dancer, okay? Your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your auntie, your best friend, everybody is gonna say, she's a dancer. So you got to keep that in consideration too. Now, a lot of girls don't tell anybody. Me, I told my mama. And I give her credit for this. She's always been very supportive. So, hi mom. Thank you. I love you. But I know not everybody's as lucky as I am as far as that goes. So, it's a lot. Dancing is not for everybody, and you can't have a weak stomach or a sensitive heart. Like, in all honesty, like now, if I was to go to work tonight or tomorrow or ever again, I literally like leave my emotions and everything here. And then like the only thing that matters to me when I get to work is that I'm safe. Number one, always gotta be safe. We'll get into that in a minute. And number two, my bag. So like when I go to work, if I can make over $100, that's always my goal, is over $100, and I'm happy. Um, every club is different. I know that every girl is different. If you can make 1,000 a night, more power to you, baby. Um, but for me, I'm not always that blessed. So I'm thankful for anything that I make. but that's just my reality. So that's another reason I've taken time out, because I'm looking into other hustles and things like that. And I've been working on other hustles. I've been working on my boutique again. So I'm getting my shop back and situated for you guys. So I'm going to be doing lingerie. And I want to do like a crystal shop, like these things. And like my necklace here and earrings and things like that. Let me know in the comment section if you guys would like to see that. So now that we went over all of that. Oh, I need to color my hair again. Anyway, and let's get into the fun stuff. Stalkers. Oh yeah, it'll happen. You gotta realize too, ladies, that like when these guys go to these places, 98% of the time, they already know what they're looking for up here, and you know. And that's another thing about stripping too, because everybody always wants to assume that it's one thing, and it's really not. Like, it's really not. So you got to be careful. Like when you talk to these guys, you got to remember how far you can take it and when to cut them off. And also, guys, here's a piece of advice that I wish I'd known when I was a baby dancer. I know now. I have 2 phones now, but back then I only had one, and I gave everybody my number that I liked. Bad idea. If you want to get 2 phones, that's what I that's what I do. You don't have to, however, whatever works for you. Or you can get like an app, they have them these days, with a second number. I highly recommend that. And then that way, if you want to talk to a dude outside your work, then give him that number. That way, they can't trace you, they can't track none of. Because especially these days, like when you sign up for Facebook or Twitter and you put in your number, especially like if it's under your real name and not your dancer name, these guys can find you. And man, let me tell you, maybe I'll tell you guys that too. But yeah, let's go back to stalkers. So you've got to be very, very, very like open minded and all that good stuff. Like you got to be careful, baby. Like these dudes will try you, trust me, and they don't care. They want one thing and one thing only, and I'm not gonna say that on my channel because I want to keep it friendly. But think about it. When they go into a club like that, what are they there to look at? I mean, so anyway, I had this guy that I met when I first started dancing back in 2012 at my home club now. And he would not leave me alone. And it was crazy. He would call my club like 12 times a day. Is Diana there? I would say, no, I'm not here. Let somebody answer the phone. He would come in the club looking for me. He would try to follow me home. This and that. And I've had like 2 or 3 of those guys. So you gotta be careful. And then, like, my home club, the way the parking is, it's a mess. We have to basically like, park on the street, so like we're this way, and then you have to walk down the driveway and all that, and that's okay. I've had guys like watch me park, so they want to know what kind of car I drive, and I don't like that because I don't like anybody knowing where I work if they don't need to know. I don't like people knowing what kind of car I have. I mean, people know, but just for somebody to sit there and stand there and watch me, that, like, I have anxiety, like, really bad, and that just creeps me out. So you really have to, like, stand your ground. And, like, also, guys, if you do dance, it's alright, make sure that when you give somebody a table dance, that you always, always, always get paid up front. Because that's another thing. These guys will try you. Anything they think they can get for free, they will try it. Trust me. Always make sure you get your money up front, no matter how much it is. 1 dance, 2 dance, VIP, whatever. Get your money up front, baby, because you just lost the bag if you let them walk out with it, right? Yeah, so you gotta be careful because these guys and even girls, they come in and they want to dance and then they'll try you too. Um, so yeah, stalkers are a part of the industry. Um, Google it. Wherever you live, type in strip club accidents or anything, and if there's anything, and hopefully there's not, but just educate yourself. I kind of went headfirst into dancing, and thankfully I survived and everything. But you got to be careful. You really do. Um, let's see. Let's talk about relationships as a dancer. This is another tough question that I get asked a lot. Am I dating somebody? Am I married? Am I available? This and this and this. I heard a saying years ago, and it kind of always stuck with me. Always appear available, but never be available, if that makes sense. And to me, it's like pretending that you're available to get what you can and closing the deal. Moving on to the next one. Now if that's your game and that's what you're about, you do you, baby. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at all because, hey, we all gotta do what we gotta do, right? Survival. I get it. Um, do strippers and relationships work? Cold hard truth? No. No, they don't. Here's the reason why they don't. When somebody is interested in a stripper, they're automatically interested in like the fantasy part of it. Okay. Oh, she's so hot. She's a stripper. Blah blah blah. She's making all this kind of money. Wow, she's amazing. They're right about that. We are amazing. Does it last? As long as you let it. But it doesn't work because I can't tell you how many boyfriends I broke up with during my 8 years in my home club. I think 4. And then I am with somebody happily attached. And that's another reason I am on hiatus because I'm spending time with my partner and figuring out my life. And the only way I can do that is taking time away from the club. So, in my opinion, no. Relationships and stripping does not work. Now, hey, if you can figure out a way for you, I'm happy for you. But here's my problem. It's always about balance in that situation, in my opinion, and it's never successful, if that makes sense. And what I mean is, like, eventually the guy will be like, I can save you, I'll take care of you, not realizing that most of us aren't in the strip club looking for that. Number one, that's the biggest misunderstanding about strippers, I think, is they think that we're in there looking for that. The smart ones, like myself, I'm in there trying to figure out how many dances I need to make to pay my rent in my apartment for $1,200 every month. How I'm gonna pay my car note every month. How I'm gonna pay my credit cards. So for me, it was never about that. I got lucky, I think, knock on wood, and so far, so good. Is anything promised? Nah. So that's why I always say, like, I'm on hiatus because I don't really want to say that, like, I quit, I might say I take a break and stuff like that, but you always want to keep that option, like, because at the end of the day, whether you with somebody or not, you still got to take care of you. So don't ever forget that. It's great to find happiness and it's great to find love, but baby, love doesn't pay no bills or rent at all. Those are just my opinions on that. So that's stalkers, that's relationships and boyfriends. So that's where I'm at, and that's like my pros and cons of stripping. So if you're gonna go into stripping, make sure that you know who you are and that you are solid mentally. Number one, you're in tune with your heart and your soul, because it's a tough industry. It really is. Um, just make sure that it's something that you really want to do. Like I said, it's not for the weak-hearted. It's not for um, you gotta have tough skin. You really do. Um, so just be careful and make sure you have like pepper spray. Make sure you take a taser. Have something on you in case you do work at a strip club. I don't care if it's day shift. I don't care if it's night shift. You always want to have something just in case. I don't recommend a gun because, baby, no, that's you don't need that. Do you? Don't nobody want to go to work and catch a case. I don't. I'm just saying, take it from a veteran stripper like me. So it is what it is, and I think I'm gonna conclude this video here. If you like this kind of content and you like my story time and things like that, let me know down below. I don't do this content for me. I do this to help you guys out because when I first started, there really wasn't much out there. You had a few things, but not like we do today. So thank you for watching and joining me today. I really hope that this helps you in some kind of way. Just keep an open mind and a closed heart. Don't trust nobody. Try not to make friends. It's okay to make acquaintances. Um, just take care of yourself. Go in, get a bag, go home. That's it. Seriously, that's it. Okay? So, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to make this channel grow as much as I can, and any little bit of support and love really does help. So, if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. I'll have my Instagram information and all my contact info down below, and reach out if you like. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Bye for now.